Hey everybody, it's Jen from Girl Don't Panic. I hope you are having a wonderful week. We just finished celebrating Thanksgiving here in Canada. So for all of you that celebrated with me, happy Thanksgiving. For everyone, I hope you have many things to be grateful for in your life. We are going to do just a reading of what we need to know this week and see what Spirit wants to step up and say to us, okay? So, Papa, Angels, Ascended Masters, we ask that you help us to interpret the cards and to understand the message that we are seeking and need. We ask that you help us with guidance in our day-to-day lives, helping it to be easily understood and absorbed and followed through. Thank you, blessed be. So this reading will be for anyone who finds it at any time they find it. So hopefully it will help us all. So, what do we need to know for the next 7 days? I wonder if you're all having great fun with that wicked full moon in Aries. And I say wicked because it was strong. It was still feeling its energy. Okay, so we start off with the Seven of Cups, asking us to really look at our options and make some concrete decisions and figure out what it is that we want to do, but not stay up in our minds and just imagining or lost in worst case scenario or best case scenario, whatever way you want to phrase it. So our imagination is an amazing tool. It really helps us when we're trying to figure out what to do or what not to do. But it also can rob us of our lives if we stay in it too much, or we don't allow ourselves to use it as a tool. Instead, we use it as an escape mechanism. And I wouldn't know anything about that being a Pisces. Not at all. Okay, so our seed card is the World. And so basically, what we are being shown is that we are coming to the end of a cycle or the beginning of a cycle, and we really need to know what it is that we want to do next, what it is that is important to us, what is within our energy sphere. So how are we attracting things? What is the vibration that we are putting out to the universe, and what is it that we feel compelled, passionate about making and creating in our lives? And contemplation, so Changzhou, the Chinese goddess of basically death, is changing, it's moving, it's really saying goodbye to what doesn't serve us and moving into the next chapter. And our outcome is the King of Staves, or wands, if you will. And this is about using our passions, our skills, our abilities to really pursue what it is that we want, to get people to come into our energy and feel that passion with us and move into the right direction. And as a clarifier, we have the Four of Pentacles, which is really establishing that nice base, that the secure foundation that you're going to build things on. So this is really about a new chapter coming through and using that energy to build new things. And we're going to ask who's going to help us with this. So this is the Archangel I can't remember what word she puts with it. Archangel Oracle cards. Well, that was pretty simple, Jenna. Okay, so. Oh, apparently we want to fall out. Okay. I'm going to get 2 more cards. And last but not least, whatever Archangel wants to come. It's you, my friend. Okay. So, first we have Archangel Ariel with prosperity. So, Archangel Ariel's name means the strength of God. Some people say that her energy is, it corresponds to rose quartz. I do see a pale pink when I see her in my mind's eye, but I actually associate her with more of moss agate, which is much more in line with the rest of her focuses or energy parts. So she helps the world, she helps animals, she helps nature. So when I see her, she's more of like a nature goddess. She helps with healing the earth, healing animals. So think of, recycling, using the earth in positive ways that are renewable as opposed to harming it. She also, which makes perfect sense if you have ever worked with the fairies, is she's about prosperity. So she helps us come up with funds for emergency or stability or any of those things. So as you can see, she has the cornucopia with us, which really makes sense. And especially it makes me want to tell you that, of course, the key to opening any prosperity is gratefulness. So gratitude is the door opener. And so as we just finished Thanksgiving here in Canada, it is prime in the mind. So be grateful for what you have. Be grateful in all areas, not just financial means or career or any of those things, but all across the world. So we want to be grateful for our relationships. We want to be grateful for the experiences we've had. We even want to be grateful for the crappy shit that has happened, okay? Because it's not, the crappy shit doesn't become good, but if we use it correctly, we can learn. So that's the whole adage of turning a pig's ear into a purse, or I don't remember how that goes, but you get my point, is that you take those bad things and you learn something, whether it's the silver lining or a skill set, even if it's as simple as you can find compassion for others that are struggling, or that you made it through and you're not dead. And you know what? Sometimes that's friggin' amazing, because that's as simple and as basic as it can get. So Ariel wants to come through and remind you that she can help with funding and organizing prosperity. Again, your key for her is gratitude. So I already said she works with moss agate. Bluebells are her flower. She is a lovely, lovely, light, happy energy. Okay. So our next archangel is Archangel Michael. His name means he who is like God. His stone is sugilite, which is a beautiful purple. His flower is the African violet, because it is the workhorse of flowers for cleaning energy in environments and in people. And it tends to be one of those wonderful flowers that is pretty easy to keep alive. So if you want to invest in a flower for flower therapy and working with the angels, African violet is your go-to. Okay, sorry about that. What else? He helps with protection. He helps with keeping negativity away. He helps with revealing the truth of situations. So a lot of the time what is bad in our world really just isn't real, but we give it our power and therefore it becomes real. You see his lovely little sword, that is the sword of truth, and it cuts through illusions and things that have no real power. And as he is one of the only archangels that are actually spoken of in the New Testament, he is also very well known. Everywhere you look, there are things named after Archangel Michael, or Saint Michael, as the case may be. He is the patron saint of policemen, and his job is to keep us safe. And he also helps light workers, or any of the variations of souls that have incarnated recently in the last 20 some odd years, to, or actually a little bit more than that, to help shift the energy of the earth so that we can shift into a higher frequency. His message is, you are safe, you are always protected. Our last archangel that will be helping us this week is Gentleness with Archangel Sandalfin. So Sandalfin, his name does not end in EL, because he was actually a human that was transformed into an archangel, whereas all the other archangels, you can tell their names end in EL, which means of God. And he and his brother, Metatron, are the only two humans that have been transformed. Sandalfin, his name, the best interpretation, because it doesn't have that EL, is brotherly love or brother of God, something along that line. So he helps transmit our prayers and our energy to the divine. He is gentle. He is like a muse, so he helps us with anything creative. So whether it's music, writing, producing music, I meant singing music, you get it. Poetry, painting, you name it. That's all beautiful Sandalfin. So it's actually using your emotions to create something beautiful. And he wants us to be gentle with ourselves and not to beat ourselves up. So remember that some of the worst things you will ever hear are what's in your own head. So, and generally when we allow others to treat us non-respectfully, it's because they haven't hit the point that we treat ourselves. So please be kind to yourself. Know that you are protected and that you are financially cared for. All you have to do is ask for help. The angels are always wanting to help us. They just can't unless we ask. So that's that whole free will thing. So we're going to get some clarifiers from the, and now I'm forgetting its name. I tell you, just doing good here today. Green Witch Oracle. I love this deck. It is such a sweet deck. Okay, so what do we need to know for this week that will help us? Okay, we got 2 coming out with that one. And 3. Okay, so our first card is Cauliflower with Transition. Well, don't we already know it's a big change coming? Okay, so we also have 11. Oh my, and we have 22. And this is interesting. Okay, so we'll do the meanings and then we'll look at the numbers. Okay, so transition, cauliflower, we have candles, we have Cancer, and we have a waxing moon. So basically what we are being asked to do is be open to change, because that's the first thing. So when you fight change, you really stop what is natural and normal. So all things change, whether we're looking at life, relationships, finances, you name it. Anything in our universe, our reality must change, and it is a fact of this reality. So, and it doesn't mean that it has to, completely go bad or good. It all changes in frequency and vibration and small movements ahead. And when we accept that change can be for our good and embrace it and expect the good of it, because we already have good, so we open ourselves to more things to be grateful for, it really helps the divine, and it stops us from being able to block the good things that are trying to come in. Okay, so our next card is Leadership with Broccoli, and we have Gemini. Again, we have the waxing moon. We also have Libra, and we have a wonderful little crystal wand here. So this to me is about using your talents and the skill set that you have to really bring in what it is. And remember that no matter if you are in an actual leadership role or not, you still are showing others how to show up. And so the more love you can embody, the more light you can embody, the more faith that you have that Spirit is working for you and with you and through you, it really changes your energy, and it really helps other people step into the same wonderful vibration, which will again continue and manifold and just keep going. So our next card is Bay Leaf and Wisdom, and we have tarot cards with that. We have Leo, and I think that's probably a mint leaf, but that doesn't make any sense with it being Bay, but okay. So again, looking for wisdom. So finding wisdom within cards, within other ways that the divine can speak with us. Bay is also used as a form of protection, so you can put Bay Essential, or you can boil it on your stove. You can bathe your doors in it. It's an extremely protective herb. So it helps us bring in wisdom and remember the wisdom we have and use it to our benefit. It also has 22, the master number. Our last card, because remember these two came out together, is Grapes with Abundance. And the number is 22. We have an amulet. We have, we have Sagittarius. And again, we have a waxing moon. So this is about accepting the gifts that Spirit gives you, using those gifts to your best ability. So again, that would go back to wisdom, leadership. Those are skills and talents. And that all of these things together will help us walk into this transition that's trying to come through in a very healthy, open way that allows it to move with us and for us. So we have the master number 11, 22, and then we also have 6. And I suck at math, just so you know. The only math I can do is numerology. Yeah. But I want to say that, like, it's holding that energy to me that is like, this is all working together. So everything is working together, basically. But yeah, so watch out for 23s, 22s, and 11s. But hoping that this helps you whenever you happen to stumble across it. Sending love, light, and angel blessings to you all. And have a great week. Take care. Bye-bye.